Hi guys, Howzit? Welcome back all to my Afrikaans-speaking followers. Welcome back to another video, a prediction video once again. But before I even get started, thank you to all you new subscribers. Like I said, always in all these videos, I know it's a different thing. You're getting to hear rugby from a guy that doesn't have a Commonwealth accent or a Safa accent or an Argentinian accent. Yes, I am a rugby fan living in America. And for any of you naysayers here, it's a really good laugh. I've got a Springbok hat on. And yes, a USA Eagles jersey on. The USA Eagles are taking on Stade Toulon. Sort of. Yeah, it's like they're missing 11 players. They're going to be playing in Salt Lake City, Utah. Had thought about possibly going up for the game, but it's airfare as in this part of the world, just like everywhere else, has just gotten ridiculously expensive. So was not able. Plus, it's the World Cup, man. I've got to be here in front of the telly every weekend to just watch this bountiful feast of rugby that we have right now. So in round one, I think there was a bit of a... I said my picks weren't as bad as they were. So this was the deal, guys. Before I did my prediction video, I had gone on Super Brew and made my picks. Then when I did my prediction video, I had changed some of my picks. So I said, okay, my picks weren't as bad as I thought they were. On my Super Brew, I had picked France to win by 13. And then I predicted the All Blacks on here to win. So that's what I was saying. Hey, I hit well on my first game of Super Brew. By the end of the first round, I was pretty low in the rankings. I'm not really any good, but you know, hopefully I have the Super Brew video kind of just scrolling, so you can see. If you want to find me on there, Keith Hendon 1984 is my name on Super Brew, just so you can laugh at me, or if anything, just see, hey, is he accurate at all with any of his picks? So round two, obviously a little bit different. A lot of the Tier 1 teams getting to play Tier 2 teams this week. We obviously saw Fiji get robbed by the refs against Wales. They deserve to win that game. And I won't. Yeah. I don't think I'm alone in that. Obviously, we saw the All Blacks go down to France. We saw the Mighty Springboks and their defense just do what they needed to do against those Scots. I mean, all kinds of excitement in round one. Obviously, we saw Ireland completely decimate Romania. I've gotten a little bit of beef online, too, because people are picking, like, oh, who had the best game of the week? And you're putting, like, Bundy Aki on there. And it was like, why? Like, I get Ford being on there. I get, you know, somebody like Manny Libok. I know some people have kind of questioned it. Like, did he really had a good crossfield kick? His kicking was rubbish for the day. But I get, like, some of these, like, guys. I get, you know, when you want to mention somebody from Wales or something like that. But, like, why was Bundy Aki on there? Just my personal opinion. Like, dude, they blew out a cream puff Tier 2 team. You don't need to put them on anybody's team of the week. It's kind of null. Which the same thing could be said about this weekend's rounds of rugby. So we will go through thusly each game here, ladies and gentlemen. We obviously crack off tomorrow afternoon, 2 p.m. local time here, Peacock app if anybody wants to watch here stateside. And we have got France taking on Uruguay. Uruguay 4 years ago famously beat Fiji, and a lot of people kind of poked their heads up about that. I have seen Uruguay play in person against the USA Eagles in San Antonio, Texas, actually. I have picked France to win by 40. And once again, you'll be able to look at my Super Brew. I'm going with what my Super Brew picks are. For game two, we get New Zealand, the limping All Blacks versus Namibia. Adrian Boyson, Dallas Jackal, number 8, and leading tackler in Major League Rugby last season, will be coming off the bench in relief for those Velvicias. And I have picked New Zealand by 55. Now, I want to go ahead and say some other things about this. I will also make a further bet that the breakdown, which is New Zealand's rugby show that comes on Sundays. We get it here usually on YouTube Sunday afternoon. I will make a further bet that Jeff Wilson will be talking about, oh, we're back in the saddle. We're going to win the World Cup after beating Namibia. Just what I'm going to say. That man, when he said what he said about the Springboks after we beat them at Twickenham, I kind of lost a lot of respect for that guy. But yes, I have New Zealand beating Namibia easily by 55. Then we will get Samoa versus Chile, their first ever trip to a Rugby World Cup. Absolutely impassioned anthem last week featuring former Dallas Jackal hooker Augusto Bohm, the first and only Chilean rugby player I've ever met. I have picked Samoa to beat Chile by 22. Figure that was a fair one. I think Chile played really well in the first half against Japan, but then it just became like obvious with the depth that Japan had and some really odd-looking Japanese guys on their team. I mean, there was a guy that looked Caucasian. Yeah. But Samoa, I've picked them by 22 over Chile. Then we get to the next match of the week, which is Wales taking on Portugal. I believe this is Portugal's second or third trip to the Rugby World Cup. Portugal famously eliminated the USA in the rep charge tournament down in Dubai by tying them in extra time with a kick, eliminating the USA Eagles out of Rugby World Cup contention. I have picked Wales to beat Portugal by 30. Just, it is what it is, folks. Then we get to the next big one. We've got Ireland taking on Tonga. And as much as I feel like the Tongan side has benefited with Malachi Fekitoa, no Israel Folau, we've already gone through that in another video with Pitatau. And I really have a lot of respect for the Tonga national team after the 2007 World Cup. I've had nothing but respect. They did get to beat France at one point. It's Ireland, the number one team in the world, and I have picked Ireland to win by a minimum of 60 points. Yeah. Then we get to, obviously, the game of the weekend for me with the USA Eagles and the Springbok hat on, which is the Springboks, whose lineup has been announced, versus Romania. I have picked the Springboks to win by at least 63 points. I think a lot of people questioned Rassie and Jock taking 4 scrum halves to the Rugby World Cup. Well, we have Grant Williams starting at wing. We have Esterhuizen and Moody at 12 and 13. We have Makazole Mpipi at 11. We have LaRue at 15. My boy Jacobus Kobus Reinach, the son of the late Jaco Reinach, starting at scrum half. We get Escom, Marco van Staden, Quagga Smith, former Sevens player, absolute speed, ugliest nose in the entire world of rugby. I'm sure when he retires, that'll be the first bit of surgery he gets, is to fix that honker of his. Him and Franco Mustard are on a mission to who has the worst nose in the Springbok Army. Unfortunate news coming today. We haven't really heard anything else, but apparently Malcolm Marks went down with a bit of an injury at Prague trainings today. We will get to see Dion Footy coming in on the bomb squad as a hooker. He started there. So, I mean, it is what it is. We've got John Klein. We've got Marvin Ori. Obviously, we'll go through their entire lineup whenever Romania does it. I do the pregame video like I always do, but I have got South Africa winning by at least 63. Then we get Australia and Fiji. I picked Fiji over Wales, and I still think Fiji beat Wales. Pardon my French, they got fucked by the referee is what they did. I'm not the only one saying it. A lot of other commentators are. They got fucked by the referee is what they got. And it is what it is. I have Fiji beating Australia. Australia back on their high horse after beating Georgia. Yeah, Eddie, this ain't Georgia. Fiji is a tier 1 team at this point. I have them picking Australia. Bit of an upset, but I do have them beating Australia by 8. And last but not least, we have got the former host, the newest tier 1 nation, going up against England. Another suspension to Curry. 3 games, 2 games, 3 games after the red card. And I'm going to pick an upset again. I'm going to pick Japan by 3. So those are my picks. I will honestly admit that I just don't care for the Palms, so that's why I always pick against them. But I think a lot of people picked Argentina over them, and who would have thought that a 14-man Palm side could beat, and because of 4 in those damn drop goals. No, I don't know what the hell happened with Argentina, and I was really disappointed. I thought they were going to come out and just dominate from whistle, and it just never happened. So, yep, those are my picks, folks. You can kind of write them down, and when we do the end of the week video or whenever I'm posting online and saying, oh, I did great, you could be like, no, buddy, these are your picks. So, yeah, with that being said, man, like I said, we get the first game cracking off at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow. We got France and Uruguay. We get Friday. We get the All Blacks and the Velitias of Namibia. Cliven Lobster plays in the MLR. Wian Conradi, I don't think he's playing this week. Damian Stevens plays for Nola Gold, the shortest rugby player I've ever met in my life. It says 5'9" on there. That guy's 5'5" tops. He's shorter than me, and I'm only 5'7". But yeah, it was, it's going to be another fun weekend. My game of the week outside of the Springboks game is I'm really going to try and pay a lot of attention to that Wales or to that Fiji-Australia game. So got Wales on my mind. And I'm going to pay particularly close attention to the England-Japan game. Like I said, those were my 2 upset picks for the weekend, and I feel pretty safe in picking those. I think both of those games have the capability of being upsets. I don't think Uruguay beats France. I don't think Namibia beats the All Blacks. I don't think Romania beats us. I don't think Tonga beats Ireland. But I could be safe in those picks. So let me know what you guys pick in the comments section. Obviously, like I said, we're still awaiting the Romanian roster. I will be going live Sunday morning for that game, probably with nobody from South Africa because of the damn delay. 3.5 minutes, bloody NBC Peacock. It's embarrassing. But I will go live for it, even if it's just come and hang out and say hi to me. Come hang out and say hi. But just don't spoil the game for me, man. But anyways, I hope you're safe wherever you're at. We have got cool temperatures finally coming to North Texas. We're talking like, I think the high tomorrow is like 27 or 28. Glorious. But yeah, I will talk to you guys again soon. Cheers, guys.